So he falls in love with her. Now he's, hanging out with her, spending time with her, trying to make her happy. It's like the early stages of love. It all feels so incredibly good. But this is this. So the rulers of the Philistines went to her and said, see if you can lure him into showing you the strength of it, the secret of his great strength, and how we can overpower him so that we may tie him up and subdue him. Each one of us will give you bunches of money if you'll do this. And what does a woman in love do? She goes, okay. So Delilah said to Samson, tell me the secret of your great strength and how you can be tied up and subdued. Let's stop there. Here's the first thing about things that tend to grab our attention. We could maybe put it this way. They have a powerful emotional appeal. Those things in life that kind of grab our attention somehow really appeal to our emotions. They really appeal to our desires. There's something about them that's just attractive, desirable, exciting, wonderful, appealing in such a way that it grabs our heart, it grabs our emotions and says, you've got to go this way. Here's this woman and she's like so hot, so beautiful. I feel so good when I'm around her. An incredible emotional component to things that tend to grab our attention. So Delilah says, tell me about the things. And Samson answered her. This is his answer. If anyone ties me with 7, and literally kind of a tough Hebrew word, it probably means fresh bowstring, like you string a bow in. If you bind me with 7 of those brand new bowstrings that have never been dried or cured, then I'll become as weak as any man. Then the rulers of the Philistines got her 7 bowstrings. She tied Samson up while he was sleeping. And then the Philistines came in, and she goes, Samson, awake, the Philistines are here. And he wakes up, smashes the bowstrings, whoops the Philistines, and off they go. Then Delilah said to Samson, at that point, I think Samson should have said something to Delilah. But instead, Delilah comes up to Samson and goes, you have made a fool of me. You lied to me. I thought we loved each other. You lied to me. Come now. Tell me, how can you be tied? Such a guy. So he said, if anybody ties me securely with brand new ropes that have never been used, well, then when I wake up, I'll be just like any other man. And just like a man, he goes to sleep once again in her house. And while asleep, she binds him with brand new ropes. Samson, wake up, the Philistines are here. He wakes up, smashes off the new ropes, whoops the Philistines. Delilah then once again said to Samson, until now you have been making a fool of me and lying to me. Now please tell me how you can be tied. So Samson replied, he seems good again. Only this time he goes, and this is kind of weird. Imagine Samson on here. If you take the 7 braids of my hair and weave them together and pin them up. It's kind of a deeper root. That's the best guess. If you take the 7 braids of my hair and weave them together and pin them up, then my strength is gone. And he goes to sleep in her house again. He's apparently a heavy sleeper. She takes the 7 braids of his hair, weaves them together, pins them up, and then goes, come and get him now! Samson, wake up, the Philistines are here. He gets up just as strong as ever and whoops them all. I mean, 3 times. Tell me the secret of your strength. We're in love. You can find me. We're supposed to share everything. So he's like, he's lying a lot. But notice how, he's getting closer to the truth. Remember the Nazarite vow? Remember the long hair? Again, she called him. How can you say I love you when you won't confide in me? Oh, Samson, maybe you should be with another girl. Every time you tell her, and this is the 4th time. Oh, but you say you love me, you don't mean it. Because if you love me, you would tell me the truth. This is the third time you made a fool of me, and you haven't told me the secret of your great strength. Now get this. I love verse 16. With such nagging, she prodded him day after day until he was tired to death. Yeah, that's the way those relationships go. So he told her everything. No razor has ever been on my head, he said, because I have been a Nazarite set apart to God since birth. If my head was shaved, my strength would leave me, and I would become as weak as any other man. Here's the second thing that happens with things that tend to grab our attention, the strong emotional feel, and wear down our better judgment over time. Rather than early on going, you know what, this does not appear to be a healthy relationship. You don't really seem to have my best interest at heart. I keep falling asleep in your apartment and surrounded by my enemies. This is not a healthy relationship. But you know what? He just wore down. He couldn't let go of this thing. It grabbed his attention. The emotional appeal was too strong. And his judgment got worse and worse, and he got closer and closer. Finally, he said, okay, let me show you how much I really love you. Because maybe this time you won't do anything to me. And he tells her, you shave my hair. That's one of the big things. It's gone. And you'll never guess what she did. Shocking turn of events. He falls asleep again. And she shaves his head. And the Philistines come, and she goes, Samson, wake up, the Philistines are here. He wakes up ready to fight, but he is no stronger than any ordinary man. And the Bible says he is overpowered, he is carried away as captive, his eyes are plucked out. He is taken to where animals usually tread grain. It's how, it's like where they go around and around with their harnessed up, and it push a big wheel and it crushes the grain. Only they tied him to it. They had him push that big rock, and they would just walk by every day and mock him and this God he was supposed to serve. Which kind of leads to the last thing about things that grab our attention. They lead to bad places. It's not how it works. Isn't always true. It's just usually, normally, almost always true. The things that grab our attention have this incredibly strong emotional appeal. Somehow it just makes us want to feel like we've got to go that way because it's so good, so beautiful, so powerful, so wonderful, so exciting, so whatever. And then when we begin to walk that direction, our judgment begins to wear down over time, and we end up in places we never wanted to be. Attention determines direction, and direction determines destination. And there are some things in life that will just grab our attention. But you'll get this. There are other things in life to which we must pay attention. Some things can grab our attention, but there are other things in life to which we simply must pay attention. I mean, like, probably all of us in this room, we drive, right? Aren't you supposed to pay attention when you're driving? Do you ever think about all the things we're supposed to pay attention to? Like, lane lines, pretty much supposed to stay in between them, right? Pretty much supposed to stay on the road. We have to pay attention to the speed limit. Okay? We need to pay attention to the direction we're going, the route we're taking. We need to pay attention to the road conditions. We need to pay attention to the traffic around us and what other drivers may or may not be doing. There are so many things that when we drive, we have to pay attention to. But I'll be honest with you, none of those things have a really strong emotional appeal to me. What about you? Oh, I just love it when I hit 55. Woo! Oh, that is so cool. I can watch at 55 all day long. Wow, I love just kind of monitoring. How does the car feel underneath me? Will it get a little slippery? No. Oh, I just love that feeling of paying attention to the road. I could do this all day.